Good day, everyone. So in this video, we're still going to discuss the concept of the area under a curve, but this time, we're going to make a distinction between the net area and the total area. So of course, this still has something to do with the definite integral. So recall concept ng Riemann sums. This gives you the definite integral from a to b ng f of x dx, or this is the area, or this gives you a way to solve for the area under a curve. But of course, in the previous video, we have already discussed FTC2, which also gives us a better way to solve for the area under a curve. So FTC2 states that the definite integral from a to b ng f of x dx is equal to capital F of b minus capital F of a, wherein capital F prime of x is equal to f of x. So of course, ito na yung gamitin natin kasi mas madali na to. So for example, we want to find the area under the curve y equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x from 0 to 4. So as you can see, it's written this way in terms of the definite integral. So if we solve this and apply the power rule, this would be x to the 4th over 4 minus 5/3 x cubed plus 2x squared. We evaluate this from 0 to 4. Now, check this one. It's 0 and lahat ng terms dun sa general antiderivative ay may x. So technically, we just have to evaluate it at x equals 4 kasi magsi-0 na siya dito sa part na to. Okay, so this one is 4 raised to the 4th over 4 minus 5/3 times 4 to the 4th. Sorry, 4 cubed na lang pala dito. Plus 2 times 4 squared. Okay, loss of exponents, this would be 4 cubed, which is 64. And then 4 cubed is 64 times 5, 320, then over 3. Then we have 2 times 4 squared, or 2 times 16, so that is 32. Simplify and solve. We have 96 minus 320 over 3. This gives us 96 times 3 is 288 minus 320 over 3, which is negative 32 over 3. Possible ba yan? Kasi isipin natin, di ba, ang definite integral daw ay area under a curve. So, bakit negative ang sagot? Now, if we look back at the graph, yung area na hinahanap natin, technically, ay merong nasa taas ng x-axis at meron namang nasa baba ng x-axis. Okay? And base pa lang dun sa graph, mas malaki na tong nasa baba ng x-axis. Okay? And that is because the area or the definite integral gives us what we call the net area, wherein it takes into account the position of the graph or of the curve with respect to the x-axis. So if it is above the x-axis, positive tong part na to. But if it is below the x-axis, this will be negative. So, since mas maliit yung positive kesa sa negative, of course, yung sagot ay negative. Okay? Okay, the net area is defined or is given by the definite integral, which takes into account the position of the curve with respect to the x-axis. So if the curve is above the x-axis, its area is positive, while the area is negative if it is below the x-axis. Okay, for the total area, this will always be positive. So we will consider the position of the graph with respect to the x-axis and take the sum of the absolute values of the areas. So, ibig sabihin, kung babalikan natin tong part na to, kukunin natin yung absolute value nitong nasa baba. Okay? So, if we want to solve for the total area of this region, we have to divide it into two parts. We're going to take the integral from 0 to 1. Ito yung green ng f of x na lang ilalagay ko para hindi ko isusulat lagi lahat. We add to that the absolute value of the integral from 1 to 4 ng f of x dx. Ito yung shaded ng red dun sa ating graph. Okay? Now, technically, ang pwede naman na lahat i-absolute value natin. Okay? Pero sure naman tayo from the illustration na this one is positive. Okay, so if we do that, this one would be the definite integral from 0 to 1. Again, ito na yung general antiderivative. So we can proceed by applying FTC2, no? So it's 1/4 minus 5/3 plus 2 plus the absolute, ako natin absolute value, plus the absolute value of f of x dx from 1 to 4. Okay, note na ang na-solve natin dito ay yung capital F of 4, which is the same as what we want here for the first part. So, ilalagay ko na dito is negative 32 over 3 minus, then this one is capital F of 1, which is this one, minus 1/4 minus 5/3 plus. Okay, if we simplify 1/4 minus 5/3 plus 2, that is 7 over 12. Kasi 1/4 minus 1/3 na lang siya. Ay, hindi. Tama, 1/4 plus 1/3 pala. Sorry, 1/4 plus 1/3. So, 7 over 12. Plus the absolute value of negative 32 over 3 minus 7 over 12. Okay? So this one is 7 over 12 plus the absolute value. This would now be 128 minus 7 over 12. Or 7 over 12 plus 135 over 12, which is 142 over 12, or 71 over 6. Oops, sorry, hindi pala kita. So as you can see, ito yung ating net area. Well, this is the total area. So kailangan, pag net area, diretso lang tayong definite integral. Kapag total area, we also take into account the position with respect to the x-axis. Alright, let's solve a few more examples. Okay, net area versus total area. Let's solve for the net area first. I-abbreviate ko na lang as NA. Net area. This one is a semicircle of radius 1. So that is, or ang area niyan ay pi r squared divided by 2, where r is 1. So that is pi over 2. Okay? Tapos, this one is a triangle. A triangle with height equal to 1 and a base equal to 2. So, using the formula for the area of a triangle, that is base times height divided by 2. Base is 2, height is 1. So, that is 1/2. Since it is below the x-axis, so minus 1/2 siya. Total area would simply be still this one, a semicircle of radius 1. So pi over 2. But this time, magiging plus 1/2 na. Or yung area nitong triangle na below the x-axis. Okay? Clear yung distinction? Dito in-account na natin na nasa baba siya, so we take the absolute value. Okay, we have y equals x squared from negative 2 to 2. Note na in this case, the net area would be the same as the total area. Kasi, yung gusto naman nating kunin ay above the x-axis lahat. Okay? So, we simply can solve for the definite integral from negative 2 to 2 ng x squared dx. So, this is x cubed over 3 evaluated from negative 2 to 2. So, 8 over 3 minus negative 8 over 3 or 16 over 3. So again, no need to make a distinction kasi it's both above the x-axis. Okay, last example for this one. Net area versus total area. So the function is given by, baka hindi masyadong kita, x squared minus 4x plus 3. So for the net area, we simply solve for the definite integral from 0 to 4 ng function natin, x squared minus 4x plus 3 dx. This one is x cubed over 3 minus 2x squared plus 3x. We evaluate this from 0 to 4. Again, 0 yung lower bound, so no need to do anything about it. So 4 cubed over 3, that is 64 over 3, minus 4 squared times 2, that is 32, plus 12. Okay, so we have 64 over 3 minus 20, or 4/3. Okay, for the total area, technically we have 3 parts to consider. Kung hindi pala clear sa graph, this one is 1, this one is 3. Okay, for the total area, we technically have to consider 3 parts. The integral from 0 to 1 ni f, plus the integral from 1 to 3 ni f, plus the integral from 3 to 4 ni f. Now, technically, ito lang yung kailangan natin ng absolute value kasi these 2 parts here are above the x-axis. Okay? So, isolve muna natin to. This one is going to be 1/3 minus 2 plus 3. Or 4/3. This one is going to be 9/27 over 3 minus 18 plus 9. So that is the function evaluated at 3 minus na-solve na natin to as 4/3. Okay, this part here with 0, ito ay 4/3 or negative 4/3 since absolute value, so plus 4/3 pa rin. And last, itong part na to is 64 over 3 minus 32 plus 12. Nasolve na natin to kanina as 4/3. Pero isa-subtract rin natin yung f of 3. 9 minus 8 plus 9. But we have solved this as 0. We have solved this as 4/3. So, total area niya ay 4/3 plus 4/3 plus 4/3, which is equal to 4. Okay? So, that is it for the total area versus the net area.